So now in the decision analysis, the question arises, what is the best decision? We have different options, we have different alternatives, we have different feasible solution. The question is, what is the best decision? So in order to answer this question, I'm just going to discuss a very simple example. For example, suppose we own a horse that has a chance of winning the Grand National Horse Race in 1 year time. The present value of the horse is 100,000. Its cost is 200,000. Keep and train a horse for a year. If the horse wins the race, the owner will earn $800,000. And if he doesn't, the owner earns nothing. We assume the horse cannot be sold after the race. So you need to understand this very simple statement that the present value of the horse is 100,000. If you train the horse for 1 year, the cost of their training and keeping that horse will be 200,000. And if you win that race, in that case, it will be 800,000. And if you lose, then after that, nobody will buy that horse. So the worth or the value of that horse will be equal to 0. Now, horse experts believe that the chance or the prior probability of the horse winning the race is 0.6. So this is the probability. So what will be the probability of that the horse will lose the race? It will be 1 minus 0.6 because total probability is equal to 1. So 1 minus 0.6 will be 0.4. So 0.4 is the chance that the horse will lose. The prior probability is often subjective in that it depends on individual experience. So now basically we get this response from an expert who have the experience of organizing, of having such like races. So we can either sell the horse. Now the question is, what should I need to do? Should I need to accept this probability that the horse expert said that there is a 0.6% chance that the horse will win the race, or I not need to take risk and then I need to sell it because the current worth is 100,000, and if I lose, it means I lose 100,000 because the worth of that horse is 0. So we can either sell the horse or train it for a year. There are two possible states for the horse, win or lose. So in this example, as I already discussed, maybe you have more states, but in this specific question, there are 2 states, win or lose. So there are 4 possible outcomes. What kind of 4 possible? We summarize their payoff in table 1. So you can see this. So if you train the horse, this is being in 100,000. So I'm just writing 800. I'm removing these extra 3 zeros. When you win, so 800 minus 200 is the to keep the horse and train the horse. So 800, so this 600,000 will be coming in your pocket. Okay, and if you lose, so in this case, because there is a cost of 200,000, because for 1 year you keep the horse and you spend money on training the horse. So in this case, it will be minus 200,000 because this is a cost. So we just showing this with negative sign. Another state is sell. Okay, some people are very pessimistic. They don't want to take risk. They don't want to train the horse. They don't want to go into the bets. So what they do? They just sell it. So in this scenario, in the win or lose in both cases, because when you want to not go into the win or lose, you want to not go into the training, you want to not go into the racing. So in both scenario, the horse value is 100. And this is the probability which we get from the horse expert, the horse expert, which is 0.6 for the winning and for the losing 0. Based on the information, what is the best decision to make? Now this is very complex question. What should we need to do? There is some if you win, you will get 600,000. If you lose, there is minus 200,000 and plus minus 100 for that. Because after that, the horse value will be equal to 0. Nothing. Nobody will buy the horse. So there are at least 3 different approaches to answer this question, and they can lead to different answers. So now we will discuss 3 different approaches, and all those 3 different approaches will give us some different solution. Now the question is, which solution will be the best one? Which one will be the maximum payoff? Which specific technique will give us maximum feasible outcome? So this is the first one. This is also called maximum payoff approach or pessimistic approach. Pessimistic approach means don't go into the race, sell it, because at this time $100,000 will be coming into your pocket. But if you lose, you will lose minus 200 for training and 100,000 which is the worth of the horse. In the maximum payoff approach, for each possible decision, we find the minimum payoff over all the possible state. We then find the maximum of these minimum payoff and choose the corresponding action. In this approach, we ignore the information about the chance of the horse winning. You need to remember this. We ignore information about the charts. We not need to use the probability of the horse expert. So this means we ignore that probability. So you can see from this table, if you train the horse, if you spend 200,000 and if you win, you will get 800,000. So it means 800,000 minus 200,000. So 600,000 will become in your pocket. If you lose, this is, and in the maximum approach, you will take the maximum, you can see the minimum of all these. So in 600 and minus 200, which one is minimum? This one, minus 200. Okay. The other state is sell. Sell means you're not going into the race. So mean win or lose doesn't matter. It's not effect on this state. So mean in both states 100. This is 100,000 is the price of the horse. So if you're not going to train the horse, if you're not going into the training, in both scenario 100. So which one we will take? The minimum mean, because this one or this one is both minimum 100, because as I already mentioned, if you're not going into the race, win or lose doesn't matter. So 100. Now from this minimum, from these two state minimum values, we will choose the maximum one. So which one is the maximum one? Yes, definitely this is 100. 100 mean 100,000 coming into your pocket minus 200,000. This is the cost. So definitely 100 is more better than this one. So we choose from this 100. So basically this is called max-min approach. We choose from the minimum payoff a maximum one. And this is a pessimistic approach. One gets the best of the worst situation. So it means normally in everyday life some people are very pessimistic. They don't want to take risks. They mean just get the current existing. They're just looking. They're not looking for the future. They're not looking for a long term. They just mean deciding for the current existing scenario, and on the basis of that they decide. So in this case they need to sell the horse. They not need to go into the race. This is maximum payoff approach. The second one approach, which is more realistic one, is called maximum likelihood approach, or it is also called optimistic approach. In the maximum likelihood approach, we identify the most likely state. We then find the maximum payoff in this state and choose the action whose payoff give this maximum. In this approach, we are very dependent on the information about the chance of the horse winning. Some people are very optimistic. They say, yes, we will win this game. Yes, if they have low capabilities, but they are very optimistic that we will win. We ignore all possible states which are less likely to happen. They totally ignore negativity. They just only counting the positivity. So from table 3 you can see, if you win in this scenario, you will earn 800,000. 200,000 is basically the training. So 800,000 minus 200,000. So 600,000 will be remain. If you lose, you will lose minus 200,000, which is the training and keeping a horse for a year, and plus minus 100 is the worth of the horse, because after that the horse price will be 0. So most likely we will be basically decide on the basis of the probability, because the horse experts say. So in the previous concept we totally ignore probability. Now we look into the probability that experts say that there is a 0.6% chance that this horse will win. So 0.6. So which state have the highest probability? So this state has the highest probability. So on the basis of this I choose 600 that we will win. This can be interpreted as, if we train the horse, it will probably win and we will get 800,000 prize at the end of the year. But if we sell the horse directly, we will only get 100,000. So sell, this is the second state, which doesn't matter. win or lose is not depending on this cell. In both scenario, in both state, it is the worth of the horse is 100,000. So basically the probability, we not counting the probability, and we will take this most likely 100, because in both scenario same value. So 100, we not getting win or lose. So this one. So this is optimistic. They say you go for the training. In that case, your payoff, your outcome is very high. So this is called maximum likelihood approach. The third approach is, which is very realistic and which is very relevant to the problems, which is very relevant to the nature, and normally in every organization, in every business, in daily life, everyone use this concept, which is called expected payoff approach or maximum expected value approach. In the maximum expected value approach, which is also called bias decision rule approach, we compute the expected payoff for all possible decisions. We then choose the one with the maximum expected payoff. So if you can see from the table, the optimal decision is to train the horse. So if you're training the horse, it will be 800. So mean 800 minus 200. So this is 800 minus 200. It will be 600 if you win. If you lose, minus 200. If you sell, so in both scenario, it is 100. Now what we do, we will take this probability 0.6 multiplied by, now we want to calculate the expected payoff or the average for the training. What will be the average if we train? What is the expected probability if we train it? So 0.6 into 600 plus, basically this is plus 0.4 into minus 200. So 0.6 into 600, when you calculate this, it will be 280. Okay, 0.6 into 100 plus 0.4 into 100, so it is 100. So which payoff, which you need to go for the training or you need to sell it? Yes, we need, definitely we need to go, because now this is average approach, and average, normally the world system is working on average, on equilibrium. So we need to train the horse. We use the expected profit of 280 to decide that compared with the selling the horse directly, it is worth taking the risk and training up the horse. So these are the basic three concepts, and now I will further extend this problem, the current, in my next lecture.